Hello, it's Ashley here from Paper&Twine. What time are we at? 11:30 nearly on no, it's not Thursday, it's Friday. It seems quite a while since I've seen you to camera like this. So welcome everybody. I'm feeling quite virtuous. I don't know what it is, whether it's age or what, but I'm regularly waking up at about 5 o'clock. Oh, I've just seen a black cat. Sorry. I'm regularly waking up at about 5 o'clock and not getting back to sleep till about 7, maybe a bit later. And this morning I thought, if I'm still awake at 6:15, I'll get up and do stuff. And I was, so I did. And I've achieved quite a lot. We've been to the post office. Do you want to have a look at the flowers that I saw on the way back? I don't know whether I've got all the names right or anything, but it was funny. The air was quite still and heavy, as if it was brewing for rain. So I walked quite quickly. Broken cloud at the moment, but there's a definite hint of summer is coming to an end, and you know, all the berries on the plants and in the trees and things, definite autumnal signs coming on. So today's video is going to be a bit of a mishmash. There's lots of things I want to talk about, so lots of drivel. So go and get yourself, well, get Barry to take your drinks order. I've just got an Americano in my first coffee mug, first coffee of the day. What else can I tell you? Oh, we need to do some VRs. Well, I need to do some VRs for two people, two lovely crafters here on YouTube. The first one is Cartwright, and she is doing a 100 subscriber giveaway. You don't need to send her anything. She would just like you to comment on her video, please enter me, or something like that. Yes, and she will make you something in your style, which would be a lovely prize to have, wouldn't it? And it's open until the 20th of September. If you have a YouTube channel, she would appreciate a VR, but I'll leave a link to her giveaway video down below. I wasn't going to enter any challenges, but why not? Don't have to send anything. As I say, it's open until the 20th of September. When I looked at her channel just a little while ago, she was at 127. Really good. I mean, she's not been doing videos that long, and she's lovely. I just love her waffle. She's hilarious and she giggles to herself. It's really nice to watch. And then the other person who is a really marvellous crafter who's doing a birthday challenge giveaway is Mel of Melus Makes. Now, I wasn't going to enter any more challenges because I'm really busy, but I couldn't resist when I saw the prizes, and the closing date is the 17th of October, I believe. Now, there's quite a lot you need to do for Mel for her birthday challenge. So again, I will leave her video linked down below. She's very professional in her videos. Yeah, very professional. She would like you to send her a birthday card. Her birthday is the 4th of September. That is a requirement. You also need to send her an ATC, and you also need to send her a 4x6 postcard with a piece of art on it in your style. And on the back of that, she would like you to include the title, the date it was created, and possibly a fun fact about yourself. If you don't want to do that, you could include details of you see, I've been up hours and I'm tired now, how you created your piece of art. But you know, it's important that you fulfill all of her requirements. Her prizes are absolutely fabulous. There's a real mixed media vibe going on with her prizes. Obviously, all the YouTube rules apply. You must be a visible subscriber. You must like the video, etc., etc. So yeah, I'll leave that linked down below. What can I tell you next? Oh, we need to do some prize draws. I've had a couple of hidden giveaways on my channel in the last few weeks or so, and it slipped my mind. I'd forgotten to do these, so I'll bring you down and we'll do the prize draws. So on, I think it was July the 26th, which is ages ago, I took part in an open collaboration hosted by Kathy of Kathy's Favourite Things and Patty from Life with Patty, and it was a pink collab, and I said that I would give this card away. Just to remind you, I used I don't know what technique you call it. It's kind of like faux embossing. So I die cut all of these elements that are on here and stuck them onto a piece of card that is the same shade as the die cuts. I think it's quite effective, actually. Yeah, that would be nice for a wedding card, wouldn't it? In pearlescent card. Yeah, very subtle. Yeah, so I had quite a lot of people comment. I think what I needed you to do was tell me which of the cards I'd made was, or sorry, which of the projects I'd made was your favourite. And I had 23 people comment on that. So we've got Wooly Steph, Kath S, Angie Beaumont, Life with Granny T, Diane Cross, Robin's Nest of Crafts, Dawn Gardner, Samantha V.I. Crafting, Andrea Turner, Wendy Lowry, Fraps and Scraps, Anne Lane, Tammy's Creative Cards and Crafts, Margaret Peden, Claire Cartwright, Kathy's Favourite Things, Slice of Life, who's Mindy, Susan Klein, Margaret Flaxman, Mary Hop, Zimchick66 and Lilo Crafts and Dawn Sutton. So I have got my iPad here and I have got a wheel spinner thing, number picker. Okay, come on. So it's I need to set to 23. Come on. 23. Okay. And where do I spin? Oh, let's close you down. Okay. Where's the spin? Oh, there it is. Oh, God, I tell you, I'm absolutely ridiculous. Right, here we go. Good luck, everybody. And it's number 12, who is Anne Lane. So Anne, I think I have your address. I shall send that to you. It'll probably be Monday now. Now we are going to pick for the book that I got from a charity shop. Really good thriller. So I thought we'd do a duck race for this. Online stopwatch. Come on, little duckies. Okie dokie. And it's loading, it's loading, it's loading. I do like the duck race. It's a bit of fun. Slow loading today. Oh, hold on. Right, okay. So we want had lots of people commented, but not many people comment about this was my favorite things in July video, and this was my favorite book, and had lots of people comment, but not everybody commented what their favorite thing about July was. It wasn't what you liked about what I'd done, it was what your favorite thing was. So we've got Linda Pierce, Anne Lane, Margaret Flaxman, Lorna Callahan, Betsy Doodle, Angie Beaumont, Christine's Cards and Things, Claire Cartwright, Margaret Peden, Dawn Gardner and Little Snippets 1, who I don't think is a subscriber, but hey ho. So we want 11. No, there we go. And we'll have 30 seconds. Set. And I hope you can see that all right. And start. Okay, number 10's out in front. Oh, they're all quacking away. Number 10's still out in front. They're all a bit slow, aren't they? Little pink duck, who's that? Number 2. Number 2's coming up. Oh, 6 has overtaken 10. 11's coming up. Oh, and number 4 stole it. There we go. So let's see who number 4 is. So number 4 is Lorna Callahan. So Lorna, I shall send that to you. Let's just make a note. Okie dokie. So again, that'll probably be Monday now. I'll just move those out of the way and bring you back up. That was a bit long-winded, wasn't it? Sorry about that. So well done to Anne and Lorna. I'll get those things in the post to you. As I say, it'll probably be Monday now because it's, I don't know why I keep thinking it's Thursday, but it's Friday, isn't it? Yeah, and I don't think I'm going to go to the post office tomorrow. But we'll see. We'll see. Now, I'm very excited. I've saved opening this to share with you because some people have said that they want to see some of the prizes that I've won for being one of the winners of Card Maker of the Year 2021. And Craftstash very kindly gave me an amount of money to spend on their website. And I've got this big parcel has arrived, and I thought that I would choose things that I really coveted that perhaps I wouldn't spend the money on if it was my own money. Oh, that's a nice coffee. I hope Barry's looking after you. I'm going to give you a little update on Barry in a minute. So yeah, where to start? I'm just going to randomly pick things out. I did put a little bit of money myself to this. It's difficult when they give you an exact amount, isn't it? Yeah, but yeah, I didn't have any difficulty spending it. So, ooh, I have, as you might imagine, I've bought quite a few little Tim Holtz bits and pieces. And these weren't too unreasonably rather priced. So I've got a little mini texture fades album, embossing album. So this gives a deeper, I've never used them, this gives a deeper 3D kind of emboss, I believe. And that would do a nice ATC size. So we've got that. Going to put on the floor down here to put out the way, well, not put out the way, use. I think that's an A6 size, isn't it? I saw Anne Melvin use this one and thought it was very interesting, and I've got something in mind for that. I'm going to keep that over here actually, because yeah, there'll be some more of those, I'm sure. I've just grabbed stuff out of the envelope. Some Lavinia, So this is Fairy Barnacle. That's rather lovely, isn't it? So that'll go in my Lavinia box. You know I love hairs. So this is Max. And this is Lola. I love Lola. So those are gorgeous. This I've wanted for a very long time. Isn't she stunning? And that is Astrid. Absolutely beautiful. Really, really beautiful. Love her. Then I've got some crafty individuals. These are in no particular order. It's just how they've come out. Now these are unmounted, so I'd need a spray adhesive, but I just thought that was lovely. And when I saw it, I thought of Woolly Steph. She's done all that work on her mushroom journal, hasn't she? Look at that. The artwork is just phenomenal. Love it. And they're not too badly priced because they're unmounted, I think. I just thought that was really useful for backgrounds. Love all the numbers. Probably should have done this top down for you. And then this, I think Lorna Callahan's got this in a stash that she got from the Scottish Crafter. I wish I'd had that actually. She got a good bargain there. So cup of tea. Really nice. That might go well with Alice in Wonderland, like Mad Hatter's Tea Party vibe going on. So that's the first handful of stuff I've grabbed out of the bag. Got some more in here. Ooh. Okay, next up. Oh, throwing it on the floor. Don't want to do that, do we? I've got a stencil. Thought that was really useful with different sized diamonds, and of course you can rotate it to have it squares, and then you've got the little tiny diamonds as well. Lovely. Love using stencils. I haven't used them for a while. Another Tim Holtz. We've got a die. I don't know how many are in there actually. Is it just one? I do like how they come in these wallets. Yes, it is just one piece. You can see there. Isn't that lovely? I mean, what I would do is cut the whole piece, but then cut down little bits of it. That'd be lovely on ATCs. With my grouted background, I think that'd be lovely. Yes, I should pop that back in its packaging in a minute. Then we've got another die, the broken leaves or something. What are they called? Doesn't say. No, but I just love the little holes in the leaves. Very realistic, like, you know, in autumn when you see the leaves on the ground and they've often got holes in. Really like that. What have we here? Oh, yes. A big Julie Hickey stamp. So we've got this postcard size here. And then we've got all these little flowers with some sentiments. Have a beautiful day. Happy birthday. Thankful for you. Just for you. I do like her flowers, but this I thought was really lovely. And again, you don't have to use the whole image. You can use little bits of it. So there's that. Or, I shouldn't be buying paper, but I've got Tim Holtz Backdrops, Volume 2. So, what is this? I think it's 10. Or is it 12 by 6? Let's get my ruler. Ten and a half by 6, yeah, but some lovely papers in there. Oh, I do love my Tim Holtz. There's more. Next handful coming through. Yes, Craftstash were very generous in their price. What is das? That is just my invoice. Fabulous. Put that over there. So what else have we got? Oh, Funky Fossil Designs. I won a prize from them, and again I got to choose. The best ones are where you get to choose, because you can choose what's in your style, can't you? Whereas some of what I've won, and I don't mean to sound ungrateful at all, it's just stuff that is not me. But I'm going to use it. I'm definitely going to use it, because it might be somebody else, mightn't it? So I've got this little, is that an A7 size? I think that's A7, isn't it? Again, for backgrounds, so it's all that machinery. That's lovely. Love it, love it, love it. Oh, we've got another little mini texture fade. Again, imagine that on an ATC. Lovely. Can't wait to have a play. Alan Create, I think this is A7. Bugs, who's this one by? Bipasha, is it Bipasha? Yeah, Bipasha, I like her stuff. Love Alan Create stamps. They are a bit pricey, but I think they're just beautiful quality. Another Crafty Individual one, I couldn't resist that seagull on the sign there. Isn't that lovely? Another Tim Holtz Thinlits die. So again, you could just use the whole thing as a panel on the front of a card. Imagine that in black over a really bright, vibrant, inky background. But I would probably cut the whole thing out and then just have little portions of it stuck on a piece of something or other. I'm so excited. Another Alan Create. This is Fiona Paltridge. Your mind is a garden. Your thoughts are the seeds. You can grow flowers or you can grow weeds. Lovely sentiment there with a little bit of doodling. Love it. And then out of that, I've got the Kitsch Flamingo Distress ink. That can go there to go in my ink container. There's more. I thought I'd got more Alan Create stamps than that. Right, these are all the little bits and pieces. So yeah, I'm excited by some of these things. We shall have a play. Got some more gilding flakes, Cosmic Shimmer. You get so much. This colour is Persian Dawn. Look at the different colours running through there. Look at that bright pink. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Just get this out. Right, so I've got some more glitter jewels in Frosted Crystals. Would help if I was in shot, wouldn't it? So yeah, those would be nice for Christmas crafting. Really like those. I've got some pixie powders. That confused me because I've changed the packaging on the pixie powders. So I've completed my collection, I think, of pixie powder colours. So we've got Silver Dream. We have got Green Bay. We have got Ancient Copper. I love these, absolutely love these. Pale Olive. Emerald Green. That's it for those. And then I've got Pearl Tints. I'm not quite sure. This is a liquid. What happens with these? Oh, I can't get the lid off. Oh, Let's have a look. I've got a little scrap of black card here. Oh, oh, need to experiment with how to use this. But it just adds a tint. What colour are you? Silver lining. And then I've got an opal blaze touch tip. And this is in golden blackberry. Looks like a piece of makeup. Got another little scrap of black card here. Oh, that is nice, because there's the applicator tip. It looks like a cosmetic, doesn't it? But there it is on the black card. Yummy. I shall have fun with those. And then something else has arrived today, which I'm going to do a separate video on. August's Papercraft Society box. I haven't looked at it yet, other than do this. And it is crafty individuals. So I should be excited to see what's in that. So I am like a kid in a sweet shop with all of this stuff. And talking about being a kid in a sweet shop, we've had some nice food recently. My mum and dad came over on Sunday for lunch, and I made a couple of things out of this Sainsbury's magazine, which are becoming fast favourites actually. I made panzanella, which is a salad, which is basically tomatoes, roast peppers, rocket basil, a shallot and some red wine vinegar. Really nice. You can add chicken and bacon to it. That's what this recipe is for, but I left the chicken and bacon out. And obviously if you're vegetarian, this is perfect. And it's got ciabatta croutons that you make yourself, which are lovely. So I made that. And then this is the second time I've made it. I made pork polpette, which is pork meatballs, and served it with pasta. I'm just trying to find a picture of the recipe. Hold on. Mains. Oh, can't see it. It's definitely in this one. Oh. That's disappointing. I can't find it. It's definitely in this one because oh, there it is. Pork chilli and marjoram polpette. Yeah. Here's how I made it anyway. I've got my mum and dad coming for lunch tomorrow, and I thought I would get ahead with some prep. We're having pork meatballs, which are called polpette, and they're supposed to have marjoram in them, but I couldn't get marjoram, and the recipe advises that you use oregano. So I'm going to talk you through the ingredients. The original recipe is to serve 4. There are going to be 6 of us, so I've doubled the recipe, so there'll be some leftovers, and my Harry is a very hungry boy. Anyway, so I've got 1200 grams of pork mince. Yeah, that's all there is to say about that. I have got 140 grams of fresh white breadcrumbs. I've just taken some slices of bread and blitzed them in the food processor. They're not brilliant, you know, but I'm sure they'll do the job. Stale bread would be good for that. I have here 4 good tablespoons of grated Parmesan cheese. I have a handful of picked oregano leaves. This is where you should be using marjoram. I can't get marjoram in the supermarkets. I think I need to buy a plant. I've got one red chilli that I have de-seeded and finely chopped. It's quite a hot one. I have 2 handfuls of flat leaf parsley, roughly chopped. And I have 2 eggs here, which I need to beat. So I shall go ahead and do that. I've used medium eggs. I used to buy large eggs, but I heard that it's unkind to the hens that lay them. So I buy medium eggs by and large now, unless the recipe specifically calls for large eggs. I'm going to season my pork well. In my opinion, you can't have too much salt, and all the best chefs use a lot of salt. Sorry, I knocked you then. Pepper going in, and we're just literally going to mix all of this together. So that is my breadcrumbs going in. I could probably have done with a larger mixing bowl, but I don't own one, so hey ho. The parmesan going in. I'll keep the spoon on standby. The oregano going in, which smells absolutely lovely, by the way. The parsley going in. Look at that lovely green colour. Get every last bit out. My hands are clean, but they are stained with brush-os. I've been doing a lot of work with brush-os. And the chilli going in. Must remember not to touch eyes or face with hands after touching chilli. And I'm going to just give this a little preliminary mix before I put the egg in. I could probably do with a better utensil for mixing everything up as well. But look at the colours of that already. The white of the breadcrumbs and the parmesan, the green of the herbs, the red of the chilli and the meat. It's like the Italian flag, isn't it? Hark at me waxing lyrical on a Saturday afternoon. It's quite miserable here at the moment. Weather-wise, I'm hoping the weather will be a little bit better tomorrow. When I've got on from doing this, I need to make a quick card. I'm very behind. It's my son's girlfriend's 21st birthday, and I didn't think I was going to be seeing her today, so I thought I could get away with making the card another day, but she's invited us over for a quick drink. Right, I am going to go in with my egg now, and then I think the best way to deal with this is to go in after a quick stir with the fork with my hands. So I should get 24 meatballs out of this, which is 3 each, 3 decent sized meatballs. And I'm throwing the mixture everywhere. Yes, I know what I'm going to do for the birthday card. I might show you. I'm just going to do a very simple background, and I've got a lovely floral stamp that I've been using, which was part of a prize from Woodware Stamps. So I'm just going to keep it simple. Right, going in with the hands now. As I say, my hands are clean, but they are stained with brush-os. I keep washing my hands and I can't get these brush-os out. Right, just giving it a really good mix so that everything is well incorporated. Right, I am going to wipe my hands, and there's one more thing that I need to add, so just bear with me a minute. So what I need to add now is the zest of a lemon and the juice of a lemon. So we'll have a little bit more mixing to do after this, but the hard work is done. And how easy is that? It's taken about 5 minutes or so. Try not to get too much of the pith. I have got an unwaxed lemon here, and I've got a little board and a knife, and I need the juice of this lemon. Save using a lemon squeezer. Just squeeze the lemon through your fingers and it will catch any pips, should there be any. Oh, do you know, I've got a slight cut on my hand and the lemon juice has gone in. It's very stingy. That's a lovely juicy lemon. Only one pip came out. Put that in there. Okay, and we're just going to go in and mix all that lovely lemony goodness in. Look at the colours of that. I really like it. And I've made this recipe once before for a friend of mine, and it is lovely and it keeps well. The leftovers keep really well. So just keep mixing that in. You don't want to overwork your meat because it can get a bit tough. Okay, to the side of me I've got a plate, and I'm just going to start forming meatball size balls like that. Pop them on my plate. Try and get them roughly the same size so that they cook at the same time. I don't know whether I am going to get 24. I might have to make them a bit smaller, but we can always start and then take away. So what I shall do tomorrow, and perhaps I'll show you, is you brown these in a large pan that can go in the oven. So I've got a favourite Le Creuset that I like to use. Perhaps I should make my meatballs that size. Let's take some off some of these, make them a bit smaller. That's better. Take a bit off each one, because I do want to get 24. My mum will probably only have one. She hasn't got a very big appetite. So yes, tomorrow I shall brown these in the pan, and because they've got cheese in them, there will be a bit of sticky unctuousness come out. And then you put them on a plate to one side, and you deglaze the pan with chicken stock and white wine, and you bring that to a simmer, and then you put the meatballs back in and you cook it in the oven for 35 minutes. So I suppose I could get up to the point where I've deglazed the pan and everything and done the chicken stock thing and brown the meatballs and everything, but I've got some homemade, a little bit of homemade chicken stock that I've got out of the freezer, and it's not defrosted yet. It's in the defrosting in the fridge, ready for tomorrow. But I'll talk you through the rest of that process tomorrow. So this is really quite quick, isn't it? I'll pop you on pause a minute if I can pause with these fingers. So I think I've got 30 meatballs out of the mixture. They're not all uniform in size, so I need to be careful that I don't overcook the small ones. And yes, my bowl is nice and clean up really. There's not a lot left in there, is there? And yes, I've got some dishes to attend to. But I'll come back tomorrow and show you the process of cooking the rest of this dish. So it is the next morning and I'm getting ahead to the stage where I can put this in the oven. Just leave it and put it in the oven when I'm ready. So I've got a glug of sunflower oil in the bottom of my pan. The recipe says to use extra virgin olive oil, but actually that burns at a high temperature, so I'm not using that. This is my lovely big Le Creuset casserole dish with a lid. And here are my meatballs out of the fridge. Don't they look pretty, even at this stage? And I'm just going to fry them. So we'll get pan's not hot enough yet because I haven't got a sizzle. I'm going to have to cook this in batches. You don't want to overcrowd your pan, otherwise the things won't brown, they'll just steam. But you can see I'm getting some brown colour. We're going to be deglazing the pan. I shall turn them and brown them on all sides and then transfer them just onto the lid to save getting something else dirty, because this will be going into the oven with its lid on. I've browned the meatballs, some more than others, as you can see. They're not cooked, they're not designed to be cooked, they can be cooked in the oven. Yeah, they fell apart. They didn't do that last time. I don't know whether it's because I've made them so far in advance, I don't know. I've decided that Ella's not actually going to be here, so we don't need 30 meatballs between 5 of us, so I'm going to freeze some. The next stage of the operation, I've drained off some of the fat from my pan. We're going to deglaze the pan and not waste any of this lusciousness in the bottom here. Turning my heat up, pouring in 400 millilitres of white wine. I'm using Italian Pinot Grigio, as it is an Italian dish, and I don't want to scratch the bottom of my dish, so I'm going in with this wooden spatula, and all those lovely burnt bits, caramelised bits, are being scraped off gently off the bottom of the pan. And we want all those lovely meaty bits. They'll just help thicken up our sauce, because of course there's breadcrumbs in these meatballs, so hopefully it'll help thicken up our sauce a little bit. So I need to bring this up to a simmer to reduce, and then I'm going to add some chicken stock. In the meantime, I don't know whether I'm going to do this step. I'm supposed to thinly slice, very thinly slice some lemons and cut each slice in half and drape a portion over each meatball. I might do that, I might not, we'll see. My wine reduced down, and you can see the top of the casserole dish there where it is reduced. I've added to that about 750 millilitres of stock. The recipe calls for 1,000. Well, if you're doing it for 4, it would be 500 millilitres. But I felt it was a bit too much sauce last time. It was a bit too runny, so I've cut it down a little bit. I've made my stock out of 300 millilitres of homemade chicken stock that I got out of the freezer yesterday, and some chicken gravy, and then I've made that up with cold water, well, boiling water out the kettle actually, to about 750 millilitres. And I've just had a taste. I was worried that some of the burnt bits might have tainted the sauce and, you know, given it that burnt taste, but I've tasted it and it's fine. There's also 80 grams of salted butter in here, which gives it a really nice rich taste. I've decided against faffing with lemon slices on each of these. What I'm going to do to give the same effect and be much less work for me, because I've got other things to do, is cut some lemon wedges, and people can squeeze lemon juice on their pork balls as they want. And I'm just placing my meatballs in the dish. I can turn the heat off now actually, and it is just after 11 o'clock. It's 10 past 11. We'll probably eat about 2. I've got a cake to make and a couple of salads to make, and this takes 35 minutes in the oven at, let me just check the recipe for you, 200 ordinary 180 fan. So yeah, so when, you know, when we've had a drink and we're ready to eat, this can go in the oven. And I'm glad I didn't cook all the meatballs. I've got 7 in the freezer, which will be a portion for Pete and I one night when we're on our own, and just cook up some sauce of choice and some fresh pasta. I'm just nestling these in here, and there are some juices and bits in the lid which I shall put in the dish. And just nestling these in the sauce so that they will cook nicely. And as you can see the butter rising to the top there as this cools down a bit. That one has fallen apart, but it'll give a bit of substance and texture to the sauce. And I don't know why they've fallen apart so much this time, whether I've put slightly less breadcrumbs in, I don't know. We shall see. I mean, they smelt amazing as they were cooking, and I'm sure that they will taste nice, and the sauce tastes lovely. And I'm cooking a cassareke pasta with it. So yeah, I should just put the lid on and let this sit a little bit before it goes in the oven when we're ready. So the pasta sauce is in the oven cooking with the meatballs in. We've got about 10 minutes to go. We're going to be having this cassareke pasta. I've got water on for the pasta. We've got an ordinary salad on the table just sitting ready, but I've also made or started to make a panzanella, and this is toasted ciabatta croutons with rocket and basil. There is going to be some roasted peppers out of a jar, sliced, going in, and I've got these tomatoes, halved cherry tomatoes that have been sprinkled with salt. They're just draining to get the excess water out. That'll all be mixed in with this dressing, which is 1 tablespoon of red wine vinegar and about 1.5 to 2 tablespoons of olive oil and 1 shallot very finely chopped. So yeah, we're cracking on with our dinner. So this has come out of the oven and sat for 10 minutes with the lid on, and the meatballs are looking lovely. The sauce is a bit watery, but it was like that last time, but the pasta will absorb it. And here's my panzanella all beautifully mixed up, and we are drinking Côte de Rhône. And we've got these napkins. Do you remember these from one of my art projects? I'll be back later to tell you what everybody thought about it. Everything has been eaten and put away, and this is all that is left to go in the dishwasher. People thought the meatballs were lovely and tasty. I've separated what is left and put the sauce in a separate container. I'm going to thicken that up with a little roux made from flour, butter and chicken stock. And put the meatballs in, and we've got pasta left over and we've got meatballs left over, so that is that. But everybody loved it. Yeah, so bye everybody. And we had the leftovers last night. I stored the meatballs separately from the sauce, and I made a roux and thickened the sauce up slightly, and then put the meatballs back in to heat up gently on the hob, and cook some fresh pasta. Oh, and it was lovely. The sauce was just, oh, it was a combination of homemade chicken stock and homemade chicken gravy. Oh, and it just was really lovely. And for dessert, I made this boozy upside down peach cake, which it's all gone now. Oh, absolutely delicious. I should be making that again. It's a bit of a faff making the caramel, but the cake is really moist, and I bought the peaches from Waitrose. They were pricey, but they were beautiful. I used 2 peaches. Yeah, so I'm loving my Sainsbury's magazine. And the last thing on food, yeah, put your food order in with Barry, and I'll tell you about Barry in a minute. Harry's girlfriend came Wednesday. I keep thinking it's Thursday. Oh, and they did some baking. They made little cupcakes with lotus biscuits stuck in the top. They were lovely, but they bought this to make the cakes with. Oh my word, this is wicked evil stuff. It is per tablespoon 94 calories, and I don't mean a mounded tablespoon, a heaped tablespoon, I mean a flat tablespoon. So yeah, I stuck a teaspoon in it this morning and had a little bit. It is, oh. If you like Lotus biscuits, you'll like this. I was going to have some on some toast, but I've had a peach and a yoghurt instead. So lots of drivel today. I have witted on a lot, but Barry, yeah, he's been very subdued since the incident in Kilsby when he was caught with his trousers down in the bush. Did you see him in my woolly pod number 3? If you didn't, you need to go and have a check of that. He's been a bit subdued. I've suggested he goes for counselling because he's obviously got some issues, hasn't he? Yeah. So I've suggested he goes for counselling. He's been on a dating app again, but hasn't had any success yet. So watch this space about our poor Barry. I'm keeping him busy here in the coffee shop. So it's been a long video, hasn't it? But hopefully there's been plenty to entertain you. I need to crack on and do some crafting. Cheryl from Cheryl Simone Crafts, if you happen to be watching, which I don't suppose you are because you've got better things to do, I have posted my entry to your challenge off today. I've got various other things to do. Lainey, I'm still cracking on with your prize. Tina, I haven't forgotten you. I'm still cracking on with your prize. Other things just keep coming that have got deadlines, and yeah, I keep shoving your stuff out the way, which is naughty really, isn't it? I need to crack on. It is on my list. Dawn, Dawn Gardner, if you're watching, I've made a box for Portley to go in. I haven't decorated the inside. There's the bottom, there's the top, there's the sides, and I've also knitted Portley's little pink scarf, and Portley sits really nicely in the box. So all I've got to do for you now is the little book, and I have witted on for hours and hours and hours. I'll be back soon. Take care everybody. Bye now.